Mr. Peaks, who or what is he, and will he play a role in the upcoming Mansion DLC 3 map? In this video, we are stepping into the shadows of Call of Duty Zombies to unravel the enigma of Mr. Peaks, the mystery box bunny that's haunted the Dark Aether story since it began in Black Ops Cold War, and judging from new data mines leaks, it's going to be a major player in the events of the Mansion DLC map. This isn't just a cute Easter egg anymore. Mr. Peaks has clawed his way into the heart of this narrative, and with Black Ops 6's Season 3 looming, a chilling new discovery has surfaced that demands our attention. Data miners have unearthed a field upgrade in the game files, codenamed Mary Paris, and on it, its texture is a single, unmistakable phrase, Mr. Peaks. Now there is also a Mary Paris gobblegum in the files, but this just appears to be the blank gobblegum that you get when you have none left, and isn't an upcoming one like some people have been thinking. This isn't just a coincidence. With Season 3 poised to deliver the Mansion map as DLC 3, we are staring down a potential turning point. Mansion is steeped in whispers of Samuel Richtofen's tragic past, Eddie's murdered son that haunts his dreams, the child behind that burned notes from Black Ops Cold War, and Mr. Peaks is tied to him in ways we cannot ignore. Could this rabbit be more than a guide or a gimmick? Is he about to become a key player in what's unfolding? To understand Mr. Peaks, we need to start with where he first emerged. Like I said, Cold War. His presence was cemented with the reveal of D Machine, the opening chapter of the Dark Aether saga. In that initial reveal trailer, he's perched atop unused mystery box locations and etched into graffiti on the spawn room walls, a silent observer woven into the fabric of this story from the very beginning. He's not just decoration, he's a signal that the Dark Aether has its eyes on us. His next appearance comes in Firebase Z. Once the power's on, staring at Mr. Peaks long enough in the spawn room triggers a teleportation to the Dark Aether. Follow him there and he leads you to a crate of loot, eerily similar to his coffin dance Easter egg in D Machine. It's deliberate, he's not just a guide but a gatekeeper, offering rewards to those who heed his call, much like the mystery box. Then we reach Outbreak, where Mr. Peaks starts to reveal his weight. In the Alpine region, he's found lying on a bed in a suite as intel, a child stuffed toy in a place that feels too still, too haunted. But it's in Outbreak's second main quest that his role sharpens. To craft the Ethereum neutralizer, you guide a red orb to an escort drone, but it resists until you retrieve Mr. Peaks from an unused mystery box location. Bring him close, and the orb, which giggles with a child's voice, per other intel, obeys him instantly, merging into a purple power source for the device. While holding him, you can unleash a field upgrade, a devastating Ethereum blast with a butterfly effect, echoing the aesthetics of damaging another player from Richtofen's Grief maps. This isn't just random, it's a glimpse of power we may revisit. Here's where it gets heavy. During that quest, Mr. Peaks drops the child's note, a burned scrap of paper that cuts straight to the core of this mystery. The description reads, "A note found on the mystery box bunny appears to be written by a child with connection to the Dark Aether object. The words are raw. This is my best friend, Mr. Peaks. Mr. Peaks is always watching. Mr. Peaks likes to play hide and seek, much like we've seen him in that Firebase C reward. Mr. Peaks lives in my hat. Mr. Peaks always tells the truth. Thank you, Mr. Peaks. You keep me safe in the dark place." Each line is a thread, protection, omnipotence, a link to Ultimus Richtofen's All Out of Rabbits quote from Tag the Toten, and a child trapped inside the Dark Aether.
Well, I can honestly say I never imagined being in this position. I mean, look at us, all bunny. I'm not going to apologize for all the terrible things I have done, because frankly, I'm not sorry for anything. Yeah, I've had the time of my life. No, I know you'll probably never really trust me, and even now, you'll be expecting me to pull some last-minute rabbit out of a hat. A big rabbit of betrayal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you, Dennis. I knew I could rely on you. So, do you have a rabbit of betrayal? If I'm honest, I've been expecting one since we all got together. Sadly, no. I am all out of rabbits.
That Burns note points towards Samuel Richtofen, and we need to talk about him. Samuel Richtofen is of course Eddie's son, a ghost in this story until now. We first glimpse him through that note, but Black Ops 6 pulls back the curtain. The Liberty Falls intro cutscene confirms a brutal truth. Samuel was burned alive alongside his mother in 1982, a botched assassination attempt orchestrated by Weaver and Samantha Maxis targeting Eddie. Or so we think. The date carved into Weaver's terminus cell, 12/11/82, potentially marks that night. A tragedy that shattered Eddie's world and sent him on this path of vengeance and resurrection. Intel from Cold War, Vanguard and Black Ops 6, like Kraft's notes on Eddie's nightmares and the notes on his emotional state during Black Ops 6, paint a picture of a man obsessed with undoing that loss.
Getting Richtofen to see the light was fruitless. The harder I tried, the more he receded into darkness. Richtofen, his family died in a fire. He would never have set on this path if they were still alive.
And the fact Samuel's connection to Mr. Peaks isn't just sentimental. The child's note suggests he saw Mr. Peaks as a guardian in the Dark Aether, a protector before, or maybe even after, his death. The burned state of the note mirrors his fate, hinting he wrote it before that fire consumed him, possibly during dreams or visions of the Dark Aether teased in Cold War's intel. And we also have a note from Samantha about a boy that appears to be lost, obviously that we now know to be Samuel, and she feels like he's lonely, which is why Mr. Peaks may have bonded with that shared sense of loss. Documents like Mr. Peaks speculate he could be tied to Syraxis's and Cortifex's child, transformed into Mr. Peaks by Cortifex's dark powers, a living artifact with a childlike urge to shield others from the horrors he endured, as we know Cortifex enacted a horrible tragedy to his child. This unspeakable act, we don't know what that is. Could it have been turning him into Mr. Peaks, an alive rabbit similar to how he transformed the Decimator into a shield? This is one idea, but with Vanguard being so poorly received, they could pivot to a backstory people care more for. Although Cortifex is referenced in the Tomb's ending and seems to actually be important, tying into the Staff of Ra and Amenhotep, so Trek haven't just forgotten or abandoned him. Alternatively, they may never want to give a concrete answer for who he is because he might be creepier as just being a mystery, as Kevin Drew seems to imply as such in the COD's next reveal event for Black Ops 6, and instead they may like fueling many possibilities for who he may be. Not everything needs a concrete answer. But why does Mr. Peaks point to Mansion? Eddie's master plan, detailed across plenty of my other videos that I'll link on screen and in the description for more detail, is my theory that his plan is to resurrect his family using the infinite matter manipulation properties of Prima Materia that the Sentinel artifact will grant him if he manages to get a hold on it.
Richtofen is obsessed with an ancient relic called the Sentinel artifact. He believes it has the ability to manipulate a form of protomatter called Prima Materia,
or uses the Terminus crew to do his bidding. He's not just rebuilding bodies, he wants their souls, their essence pulled from the moment before they died. That's where Project Janus's temporal flux research comes into play, and Mansion and Janus Towers are its headquarters. The innovative technology Intel confirms, while Terminus handles dark ether energy and biotech, Mansion is where they study temporal anomalies, time manipulation tied to the dark ether. My prior theories suggest that the game's intel is showing us that Eddie aims to use this technology to freeze a moment in time, maybe even crafting a new Agatha for his family, but either way, pulling Samuel and his yet unnamed mother's soul forward with the Sentinel artifact's power over memory and time. Samuel's story, and Mr. Peaks' link to it, makes Mansion or Janus Towers the perfect stage. If Eddie's chasing that night in 1982, and Mr. Peaks is tied to Samuel's essence, we are not just hunting a stuffed bunny, we are chasing a piece of this fractured family. Mansion's dark history, tied to Josiah Shem's cult, and a weakened Dark Aether Veil, as I've discussed in other videos, only amplifies the stakes. Could Mr. Peaks have even been the entity communicating with Josiah Shem? Or was it the Shadowsmiths? Or Cortifex? Or another ancient old one? But back to Mr. Peaks' trail. In Toten, he hosts a nightclub Easter egg, collects his pieces, fights zombies under his DJ booth, and he rewards you with loot. A puppet master flexing control. His final Cold War act is in Forsaken, unlocking Samantha's Ballad, a song blending her lullaby with Richtofen's guitars, a haunting echo of Samuel's lineage. In Vanguard Zombies, Shinonuma brings a hide-and-seek Easter egg. Gather the parts of Mr. Peaks with Zombie Blood Vision and he pays out a loot. And he is in the mystery box throughout Vanguard Zombies. This of course predates Samuel's death, proving Mr. Peaks has roots stretching back to at least World War II and has probably been in the Dark Aether for a very long time, eons before this even. The Archon repeats this pattern. Another hunt, more rewards. And once again, we hear children laughing and crying as you complete these parts that I'll play for you now. Warzone joins the fray with an Easter egg yielding a calling card. Its sketches of Mr. Peaks' skull confirm he is alive, not just a toy, but a creature, echoing old teddy bear theories from the Aether days, that people believe Samantha's teddy bear became alive inside of the Dark Aether. Similar may have happened with Mr. Peaks. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies hands him a key role in Urzikstan. During Season 5 Reloaded's Dark Aether Rift, here's a Rift reward, unlocking progression, a sign he outlasts Black Ops 6's chaos. And of course he's in the mystery box in this game as well. He also starts any of the objectives in the Dark Aether instead of radios. In Black Ops 6, he's inescapable. He controls the Gobblegum machine, with it playing a jingle and cartoon that features him, and his face appearing on any of the flavorless gums pulled from the machine. Terminus has him in a music Easter egg, headphones triggering "Can you hear me? Come in." And he's also featured in the boat race Easter egg. Liberty Falls hides him in cars for a random reward, and once again the hidden song is triggered with the Mr. Peaks headphones. On this map he is also within the bowling Easter egg. Citadel Day Moore offers a free perk if you shoot him in sequence, and once again in the music Easter egg. Likewise, the tomb again features his headphones for an Easter egg song, and he's again present in the mystery box throughout the maps. Let's zoom in on the cartoon for the Mr. Peaks Gobblegum video for a moment. It features what is called the Heart of the Dark Aether in the Tomb's soundtrack, the Dark Aether Nexus. We see Mr. Peaks there in his Gobblegum cartoon. Yes, that is right, this was our first look at the Tomb's Nexus. We saw DLC 2 before the game even released, but we didn't realise it at the time. We can see in the background the Nexus's signature pillars lurking in the distance of this eerie animation. These Ethereum pillars that seem to be remnants of the Origins Mounds pillars. If the Nexus is ancient, and the Shadowsmiths are too, this may not be random. He's not just hopping around maps playing games with us, he's tied to the deepest, oldest part of the Dark Aether. Was he even born there? Forged there alongside the Sense artifacts, maybe by Cortifex or the Nine. I guess leading into the prior theory. I know we've been talking about on the channel that maybe the Nine are going to be reinterpreted as being Dark Aether gods all along from the evidence we've gotten from the Tomb's ending. But Mr. Peaks' presence in the Nexus suggests he's been watching, maybe guarding since before Samuel's time, and maybe an entity as old and as powerful as the Shadowsmiths. And across every Dark Aether story map, from D Machine to the Tomb, spanning Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 6, like I said, Mr. Peaks has replaced the teddy bear in the mystery box. No gun, he appears, and the box shifts, just like the teddy before. Time and time again, each of these appearances seem to suggest that Mr. Peaks has some serious level of power over events related to the Dark Aether, especially considering the last being powerful enough to manipulate drops and create gobblegums was Dr. Monty, the closest thing the Aether storyline had to a literal god. And he is aiding us throughout, with these little Easter eggs, giving us loot, and of course helping with the mystery box, but messing with us. Clearly he gets enjoyment as he laughs as the box moves, just like the teddy before. So is Mr. Peaks keeping Samuel safe from the Shadowsmiths, or is he a part of them? We don't know if he is for or against, and we don't even know why Samuel's soul, his essence, may be even in the Dark Aether as this red orb. That much is unclear. Was Richtofen's home just a Dark Aether weak spot, and his soul ended up in there? Did Richtofen do some Dark Aether magic after or during his death to preserve his essence? Or did his remains get catapulted into a rift during his demise? Or maybe even with Samantha's teleportation powers, she even sent him in there because she was supposed to be keeping him safe and failed. But could Mr. Peaks be a Shadowsmith? After all, he's said to live in the boy's hat, and there's an emote lifting him from a hat, and the Shadowsmiths, much like the Shadowman, are wearing a hat. If his essence is locked inside, he could be a shield, Samuel's protector, holding him beyond their reach in a stuffed shell. But flip it, what if extracting him taints him? The Shadowsmiths, like I've speculated about in prior videos, seem to be made of prima materia, this dark mist, raw, ancient matter. And Mr. Peaks might be a vessel steeped in that same darkness. We even see blood dripping from his sharp teeth. He looks frightening. Freeing Samuel could merge him with them, allowing them to take him as they did Aether, or perhaps also free them from the same prison that Samuel may be trapped within. Could he join their legions? So what about this new data mine? Like I said before, in recent data mines, people have discovered a texture in Black Ops 6 for a field upgrade named Mary Paris. However, when you view the texture, it's actually a label for the Wand, the small handheld machine that activates your field upgrade made by Requiem. The sticker says Mr. Peaks and features a purple hand with lightning coming out from it. This is interesting because we already know from being able to data mine the augments for the various upcoming perks, field upgrades and ammo types that this Mr. Peaks field upgrade is not what is about to be added with Season 3, which seems to be Frost Blast. We've already seen Frost Blast field upgrades, and the augments have leaked for it too, and there's nothing that suggests this Mr. Peaks field upgrade will have any augments at all. So what does that mean, then? Why is it in the data? You could suppose that it's simply a placeholder for something else, but I would disagree. The name Mary Paris being seemingly random words that start with M and P suggests that this was simply a code name for Mr. Peaks from the get-go, with their first characters aligning, meant to hide this asset from prying eyes. Perhaps it's something for the future, but again, I'm inclined to disagree. We've not really had a pattern of assets getting into the game that early so far, and we usually only start getting textures or real tangible assets outside of vague mentions in the code when something is on the precipice of being added. This to me suggests that the Mr. Peaks field upgrade will indeed ship with Season 3 and Mansion, but if Frost Blast is going to be the new field upgrade we can unlock in the menu, what's this? I think that's actually a kind of easy assumption to make. Amalgamating all that we've discussed so far in this video, I'd assume some of you are even yelling it at your screen already. The Mr. Peaks field upgrade is going to make an appearance during Mansion's main Easter egg, or potentially even a side Easter egg. It will likely not be a selectable field upgrade in the menu like Frost Blast, Aether Shroud or Healing Aura, etc. Rather, this will be a temporary and Easter egg exclusive field upgrade we pick up and use, similar to the Mr. Peaks field upgrade we got to wield during one of Outbreak's main quests. But what will it do? If it's similar to the Outbreak counterpart, it may simply trigger the large burst of energy that kills nearby zombies and protects its user. And while I think that's likely, I think there's another option that's just as likely, considering that the Mansion has time and time again been discussed as the headquarters for Janus's temporal experimentation. Could it be that Mr. Peaks' field upgrade is somehow related to that? We have, in prior videos, discussed that the central artifact is supposedly powered by shards of Tempest that can only be harvested at Liberty Falls. Could it be then that this Mr. Peaks field upgrade is some sort of way of harvesting or interacting with these Tempest shards? It would make sense narratively, as it would allow us as players to step into memories or moments in time and see things in the past more clearly, similar to what Echoes already do, but larger in scale and perhaps even at other locations. And if we have to interact with a large amount of them throughout the Easter egg, it would allow Treyarch a very easy way to tell us a lot more about Samuel's early life and the reasons he ended up dying that night instead of hearing it directly from Eddie. We could very well even see the assassination attempt play out as a spectral reflection through the lens of Mr. Peaks. If he is indeed bonded with Samuel, then he clearly has memories of him, and he could be the key to restoring him back to life. As we've said in prior videos, we likely need the combination of a physical body and the memories. Mr. Peaks may be holding the memories of the child to allow him to be catapulted back to life. This would be a great way to see the past unfold, and if Mr. Peaks originates from the Dark Aether Nexus, which is supposed to be the central point of the Dark Aether connecting all of its bridges, then it would transcend throughout, allowing us to see echoes from throughout time and locations, because so far we've only ever seen echoes from the locations and maps we were in. This would allow us to now see echoes throughout the world and throughout time. And other games have done stuff like this before. An excellent example is Titanfall 2. In its campaign, there's a sequence where you play through a level and jump between the same place at 2 points in time. Perhaps Mr. Peaks here will work largely the same. It's interesting, as on closer inspection of the Mr. Peaks 1 texture, we see the image that usually shows the power depicts a purple hand outstretched with beams of energy coming from it. This is actually the exact same image depicted on the Tesla Storm field upgrade wand as well. If they reuse the same image across both, that almost certainly means that this Mr. Peaks field upgrade is never going to be seen up close in the menu like the other ones, and thus it's likely only usable in the game temporarily. This suggests this image is just a placeholder as well as the wand, and we probably won't pick up the wand in the game, but we will just pick up the Mr. Peaks bunny, and this stuff we're seeing is just the placeholder stuff in the back end of the files to make it all work. This to me pretty much confirms our theory that this field upgrade might be something special for the mansion Easter egg or side Easter egg instead. Samantha's fate twists this further. If she's a SHADOWSMITH by Modern Warfare 3, is she their pawn? Like I've speculated about in a prior video, linked on screen and in the description, that I would highly recommend checking out after you're done with this one. That arm grabbing Ava, her sleeve, her voice in the choir, suggests she's lost to them. Her memories fueling their multiverse plot for COD 2025, and she could be made of Prima Materia as well, as she has black smoke coming from her, and she almost looks like she is melting and zombified. Her flesh is rotting, just like the rot of Prima Materia, being this moldy, damp, wet, dark substance. This arm could be reused from the Tesla Storm on this texture and colour shifted to match the arm we see grabbing Ava. Perhaps the Mr. Peaks field upgrade will allow us to reach through the veil for objects as this arm did for Ava. And that would be cool as well. But again, could lead into the idea Mr. Peaks could be from the Nexus. So like the arm reaches through the mirror, we can reach through different mirrors in time and pull things from wherever and whenever. But why introduce Mr. Peaks into the forefront now? I think, besides the fact that he's clearly been set up to have a relationship with Richtofen's son, Samuel, through Cold War's intel, he's also going to be a major player in shifting the role of the antagonist in this game. It's becoming more and more apparent the closer we get to Mansion that, come this map, we'll end up switching sides and helping Richtofen, as I've speculated about in many videos, as I believe we will come to empathize with him, especially when Weaver and the rest of them realize what he did and come to terms with the tragic path that led him here, regardless of him imprisoning them and doing wrong to them. Maybe not all of them will agree with that, especially not Maya, but I can definitely see some of the crew, especially Weaver, growing to empathize with him, especially if it turns out that Samantha targeted him intentionally and gave Weaver the orders, who would have just been acting on the jealousy of another and not had any personal connection. Speaking of prior videos, another one I did is on the song that the Sam AI says she's writing, that we will likely hear in Mansion. In the video, which again will be linked below and on screen to check out after you're done with this one, I suggest this song is possibly a reinterpretation of Remember Forever. Easter egg song from Zombies Chronicles. There's a haunting clue in it. If that's the case, she sings of a child playing with toys, once thought to be her in the house and or Eddie in Dimension 2210, from the perspective of potentially Samantha's mother or someone else. But what if it's now reinterpreted to be about Samuel? Picture it, Eddie giving his son Mr. Peaks a toy that becomes his shield in the Dark Aether. The Sam AI, built from the real Samantha's memories, remembering her time knowing Samuel, might be echoing that moment, reframing Mr. Peaks as a father's gift turned eternal guardian in her haunting melody about life. It could even be that Mr. Peaks goes as far back as Eddie's original home in Dimension 2210. or his childhood toy in the house. We see in Gorod Krovi a room of children's toys set up to represent the house and the children, and one is a toy rabbit. Could Mr. Peaks have been Eddie's childhood toy in Dimension 2210 and then got plunged into the dark ether with the rest of the multiverse, corrupting and turning it alive like we see today, making it an ancient old one? God. We do also see a timeline entry specifically mentioning Dr. Monty giving the children toys. I think it's very likely Mr. Peaks may have been one of those toys gifted to Sam and Eddie by Monty. Regardless, I believe if we end up siding with Richtofen, Sam's life may end up cut short as we battle over the central artifact to save Samuel and Richtofen's unnamed wife. And remember forever even references standing in the flames. Standing in the flames. So it could very easily be reinterpreted as that night they perished. And her love will find you, her love will reach you, held in her arms forever, remember, could be the fact that Samantha made a promise to keep the boy safe, and she clearly failed on that. Maybe she even went to him after his death, held him in his arms in the ashes. Remember forever could be referencing that the Sam AI wants to remember them forever and keep their memories alive, which maybe even Richtofen could harness to bring them back. Anyways, if we do that, that essentially removes the single primary antagonist this game has had so far. Obviously, this means someone else is going to have to become the villain and fill that goal, and while I think it will initially be the Sam AI, with her in the mansion and wanting the artifact, we have to probably get a physical body for herself, potentially even merge with the real Samantha or steal her body for herself. I just see no way we ever leave mansion without defeating her. That means that going into DLC 4, we would essentially then have no villain at that point, because I don't think Richtofen will become one. Like I say, I think we'll end up helping him. However, I think that the final villain has actually been in front of us since Modern Warfare Zombies. In the end of Modern Warfare Zombies, we are of course introduced to the SHADOWSMITHs, some sort of vague, powerful entities in the dark ether who take Aether after the events of that game's arc. These incredible creatures will need to take hold of the dark ether sometime between the events of Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare Zombies, and I suspect that Mr. Peaks is going to be the key in all of these various events. I think that, in the mansion, we will work alongside Mr. Peaks and the Easter egg to rescue Richtofen from the dark ether, and then time travel the souls of his family into the artifact somehow, potentially with the Shards of Tempest. Well, the ritual probably won't be finished until DLC 4, Janus Towers, and we won't activate the artifact until then, and that'll be the climax for the game in bringing back his family. I believe here will be the final step in beginning it, and also the place we learn the true story of Weaver and the Knight in 1982. I think that Mr. Peaks is likely the method by which we time travel or pull Samuel's soul out of the dark ether to later put into a body at Janus Towers. However, when we do this, I think that is also the moment we end up accidentally freeing the SHADOWSMITHs. Perhaps they are also trapped inside Mr. Peaks, and like I said before, could have even been who was influencing Josiah Shem for the cult to all sacrifice their lives, weakening the veil at the mansion to allow them to return and start a new great war, leading to the original characters returning. And I believe when we pull Samuel out of Mr. Peaks, if we are right, we end up accidentally bringing them into reality as well. However it plays out, I believe that the mansion will have us face to face with Mr. Peaks once again, give us way more details on him and Samuel Richtofen, and also help transition the story to set up the SHADOWSMITHs as a new antagonist after we defeat the Sam AI on the map. I believe Sam will be gone after this next one, and the SHADOWSMITHs will be the DLC 4 villain on Janus Towers, to then set them up as the Black Ops 7 COD 2025 main villain, and bringing back the original characters. But let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree? Do you feel the plot of Mansion will be something entirely different, or do you think we've sussed it out? I will have a follow-up video as well, just focusing on the SHADOWSMITHs, because like I say, I think they're going to play a big role in this upcoming map. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.